Today, we are taking a look at some of the most undervalued Pokemon cards on the market. I found a bunch more cards that you might just want to pick up for some insane deals. Whether you're just collecting or looking to invest in some Pokemon cards, you're going to want to watch this next episode of Buy It Before I Do. Today, we're actually going to jump around from set to set here. So we're going to start with some Sword and Shield. We also have some Sun and Moon and then some EX era stuff. To start things off, we're going to take a look at the Sylveon and Umbreon VMAX trainer galleries from Brilliant Stars. The Sylveon VMAX alone here has dropped a good $3 or $4 since just the past 3 months here. And this one actually got surpassed by the Sylveon V trainer gallery, but I really think this artwork is really nice, especially if you like Sylveon here. So I think this one is definitely a good pickup. Same thing kind of goes for the Umbreon here. Both of them have definitely dropped about 20 to 30% just in the past 3 months. These are such nice cards, and Brilliant Stars, we still don't know if it's getting a reprint, so both of these are a great deal right now. Real quick, we're going to be giving away a VIP box to one lucky subscriber. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is like this video, subscribe to our channel with notifications on, and comment down below a Pokemon card that you think is undervalued. Now back to the video. The next one's actually going to be from Silver Tempest, and I'm going to take a look at this Lugia V Gold card because it's actually about $12 less than the Rainbow Rare, and with Pokemon getting rid of Rainbow Rares and keeping the Gold cards, I think this one is a great little pickup because the difference in this between the Rainbow, I think this one could be more popular in the future. It doesn't seem to be that way right now, but I would think that this card is definitely going to pick up in the near future. So today we actually have 3 cards from Crown Zenith. We have 2 of the Friends cards, of Friends in Sinnoh and Friends in Hisui. Both of these, the Japanese counterpart, are still much more expensive to these, and they're currently going for around $10 to $12 each, and they also grade really well. So in a PSA 10, you get a great multiplier, and we'll show you that here in a second. So it looks like the Friends in Sinnoh card is selling for around $50 to $60 in a PSA 10, and Crown Zenith has some really good quality control. So if you're able to get this card for around 10 or 12 bucks, grade it, and then sell it for $50 to $60, that's a really good flip there. And then we have the Friends in Hisui art here, and this one has had even more of a steep decline recently. So this one is still going for around 10 or 12 bucks, and we're going to take a look at some eBay comps on this one as well. So again, it looks like this one's going for around $50 or $60 in a PSA 10, but one thing to consider with the Friends cards, if they continue to do this series with other regions, then these 2 cards here could really see an increase in value, especially if there's going to be a big collection of these cards. Alright, so we do have a Galarian Gallery card on this one, and it's going to be the Pikachu. And this one is going to be because there are 2 big reasons to buy this card currently. The Japanese counterpart only comes from a God pack, so in Japanese, this card is significantly more expensive. Plus, this one is actually a really good card to grade in a PSA 10. It is a little bit tougher. There's a little bit less of these on the market because the art rares just are cut a little bit differently. But if you do luck up and get a PSA 10 on this one, I'm going to show you what this currently sells for. So real quick, as I was talking about, the Japanese counterpart does sell for significantly more. It only comes from a God pack. So you can see the set of God pack is selling for like over $300. Just the Pikachu alone, though, is kind of the chase card out of the God pack. So that one is selling for around $150 to $200 just by itself. And so here we have some recent PSA 10 listings here. Again, $50 to $60 for this one if you do get a PSA 10. PSA is a lot more lenient than grading companies like CGC or BGS, so 10 is not out of the question, but you do want to make sure that you get a copy that is close to a PSA 10 if you are looking to do this. All right, so now we're going to move on to Hidden Fates, and honestly, there's a lot of cards in Hidden Fates that are undervalued right now, but 2 stand out to me specifically. And first one is going to be the Espeon GX Shiny here. You can see it's actually back up on the rise here, and it has been since around December, but this card has been up to $150, $200 in the past. Hidden Fates is just going to keep getting older. You know, we're into a new series of cards. So Hidden Fates was one of the best sets of all time. The print quality is really good. So if you can find a copy of this that's, you know, pretty good quality, I would say this is a really good pickup. Plus, for me personally, I do actually really like this card. I like any shiny that have a drastic change in color, and this one for Espeon going from purple to green is really cool. So I actually do really like this card as well. We also have the shiny Mewtwo GX on this list. Again, this one has dropped a good bit recently, but since its peak where it was $100 to $120, this card is currently under $50, and it also has a really good PSA multiplier as well. We'll look at eBay here in a second, but this card is just one of the best in the entire set, I think, besides like Charizard and the Evolutions. So definitely a fan favorite Pokemon. A nice shiny as well. The green tail is really cool. So let's take a look at eBay. So Hidden Fates was another set with some really good quality. So if you find one of these cards that's got some good centering, you know, maybe packed fresh, then if you send it to PSA and get a 10, you're looking at a card that's worth over $120. So if you buy it for under 40, send it to get graded, and then you get a PSA 10, it's a really nice flip on this one as well. All right, so this part of the market's actually really tough right now. So this is the tag team era of Pokemon cards, from Team Up all the way up to Cosmic Eclipse. Everything is absolutely exploding right now, especially the alt arts. They're skyrocketing. They're absolutely skyrocketing. So finding cards in this era that are undervalued are really tough. But I think this one is still a little bit undervalued here. So we got the Reshiram Charizard full art card. It is a tag team. It's one of the fan favorite tag teams, of course. The Reshiram Charizard, pretty nice looking full art here. You can get it for around $35 to $40. I do think this one is still a little bit undervalued, especially with everything else exploding in this era right now. This one could be a nice pickup. So here's a little curveball. If you collect Japanese cards, there's actually a little bit of a difference here in the English versus Japanese prices in the tag team era. So you can see here, this Rainbow Rare Reshiram Charizard is actually going for under $70, whereas the English counterpart is going for over $150. Japanese cards tend to be better quality too, so you might have an even better chance of getting a PSA 10 if you do pick up a Japanese copy. So here we're actually going to take a look at this Charizard Hollow from Dragon Majesty. What I like about this is the divergence between the hollow foil and the reverse hollow foil. So the reverse is actually going for around $11 to $12 it looks like, but the hollow rare has actually been dropping from around $7.50 all the way down to around $5 or $6. You can pick up plenty in that price point. I actually prefer the hollow rare in this. I think maybe most people do too. This one is definitely a really cool artwork for Charizard. Nice little hollow, and it's getting older, so this one could be a really cool pickup. So next up is going to be Shining Legends. We have two cards on this list that have kind of a similar thing going on. So the Mewtwo GX full art here is going for somewhere around $6 to $8 would be probably a fair price to pick this card up. But that is actually 10 times less than the Rainbow Rare version of the exact same card. So let's take a look at that. So as you can see, the Rainbow Rare Mewtwo GX here is selling for anywhere from $60 to $70 it looks like. So the full art is, I mean, some people actually prefer the full arts, especially because some people don't really like Rainbow Rares. So I would say that the full art has got a little bit more catching up to do with the Rainbow Rare here. The Rainbow Rare, if you love them, I mean, this could also be a good pickup, but I would say for sure the full art is a good pickup. So this next one's always kind of been a little bit overlooked. It's the Entei GX full art, actually one of my favorite Pokemon, but it kind of looks like this one's bottoming out here. It has a very similar thing going on than the Mewtwo GX. The Rainbow Rare version goes for almost 10 times the amount of this one, and you can pick this one up currently for under $5. So I'll show you the Rainbow Rare version as well. So the Rainbow Rare, look at this, over the past 3 months has actually been picking up significantly. So it looks like people are actually going back to these sets and picking out some of the cards that they think are undervalued. This one's already seen a little bit of an increase, so I think that full art being under $5 could be a little bit of a steal there. So I did put one Evolutions card on here, and it's going to be the Mew Hollow Foil. Not the reverse technically, because I do like the Hollow Foil better. All the other cards in Evolution were actually remakes of base set cards as far as the hollow foils go, but the Mew is actually a remake of a promo, a Wizards of the Coast promo. The original version was a non-hollow, so this card actually getting that hollow foil treatment made it look really, really cool. I actually prefer the way that this card looks versus the Wizards of the Coast promo. This card's slowly been gaining some traction over the past year, it looks like, but I still think this card is significantly undervalued. Currently, you can get it for under $5. And just for reference here, here's the original Wizard of the Coast promo. It's actually seen a significant little bump here recently. So this is a non-hollow version. This is the original card, but again, I still prefer that hollow foil in the Evolution set versus this one. This is a really cool card nonetheless. If you can pick up the Evolution Hollow for under $5, I definitely recommend it. All right, so this next one is actually going to be the Mega Rayquaza EX from Roaring Skies. This is the original version that they remade in Celebrations. This card could actually be the closest one in value to the Celebrations remake out of any of them in the set. As you can see, over the last 3 months, this one actually has already been rising in value. So if you're able to find one for under $15, I definitely think that would be a good buy. All right, and last on our list today, but certainly not least, is going to be the Stained Glass Tag Team Moltres, Zapdos, and Articuno GX. There's actually quite a lot of Sun and Moon promos that are seeing a big rise in price right now, but this one in particular is one of the most unique Pokemon cards they've ever made, and I don't see this one really getting back under $10 unless they were to reprint Hidden Fates again, which I highly doubt is going to happen. This card's been under $10 for probably since Hidden Fates came out, and it just now seems to be breaking over that $10 mark. I don't see it returning to that, so this one, while you can still pick it up, would be a fantastic buy. And one last thing with this card, the Japanese counterpart is still going for around $200 raw. This card was a secret rare out of the Pokemon set Sky Legend, but we were very fortunate that they did decide to print this one as a promo in English so we could get it for a great price. Well, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching until the end. I really think we found some good pickups today. Definitely let us know down in the comments what Pokemon cards you think are undervalued. Also, make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content. And with that, we'll see you next time.